So I'm both dyslexic and an engineer, so I suck at writing naturally. So this meant that when I came to writing my CV and my cover letters when I was applying for placements, I really struggled and they started out pretty awfully. This did mean, however, that I needed to learn how to improve my CV and make it stand out in the way that was unique to me. So I hope I can provide a little bit of value to you in this video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel again. This is not going to be your standard CV video. I'm not going to take you through how you should be laying it out or what content you should be putting into it, because really that video exists about 1,000 times on YouTube and they're all far better than I could make. The value that I can provide is my unique experience, my unique story. So I just have two very quick tips about how to make your CV stand out. So the first big tip is really just, what unique experiences do you have that will stand out from the usual content that you get in a CV? So often you just have your standard sort of education section, particularly if you're at university and you're applying to placement roles. You don't have a lot of work experience and it so often just fills up with education, your standard modules. And that is really important. The education stuff is important, but everybody else has that. And your employer is just going to be, or your recruiters are just going to be reading through these CVs and every single one will be almost identical. Mechanical engineer does this module, this module, this module. It's going to be the exact same stuff over and over again. Even if it is important and it's what the majority of your degree has been made up of, it actually won't massively help you in your CV. It's important to put them on there, but maybe don't put all the content in that. Where I would say that you should focus is, what unique experiences do you have, or what unique selling point do you have? So for me, this was, I did hockey coaching for about 3 years at school, and this actually provided some really unique skills to do with managing people and building up different sort of coaching skills, teaching skills, and sort of management. And that really is something that I included in my CV that I think made me stand out a little bit, because if you think about it, these recruiters are going to be reading through thousands and thousands of CVs and every single one will seem so similar, that if there's that one person who's got a slightly unique experience that can make them stand out, then that CV is more likely to get passed on. The second tip, which is around the idea of how to not get your CV chucked out, is do not try and stand out in a bad way. And by that I mean spelling, grammar, any of those simple mistakes quite often will lead to your CV just getting chucked out immediately. They won't even read the rest of it, even if you've got good stuff in there. I've literally spoken to some of my friends who are employers and recruiters, and if they see a single spelling mistake, they just chuck your CV out immediately and they don't even read the rest of it, which seems brutal, but because they see so many applications, it's not really worth it for them. Check it for spelling and grammar mistakes many times. Give it to one of your friends or family to review as well, because quite often a fresh set of eyes really helps. If you found this helpful, you might find some of my other videos quite helpful, particularly I think the playlist here, which is a bunch of different placement roles that I've interviewed. So things like design engineers, food scientists, train railway engineers, all these different roles I've interviewed to see what their roles actually sort of encompass. And people like JLR, Network Rail, things like that. Ricardo Rail actually, not Network Rail. I've interviewed a lot of these different roles and I think that will be really helpful if you're looking for a role this year for a placement. So hopefully this has been helpful. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.